Along with 99 other people, I accidentally get pulled into a brutal survival game. The broke game. In this game, the winner gets a $1 million prize. But the rule is this: survive 7 days on just $50. If it were you, how would you survive? As a professional broke guy, the moment I see the rules, I spot the game's loophole. Soon, the system's electronic voice rings out. Welcome, 100 players to the broke game. Starting funds, $50. Objective, survive 7 days in the game. The winner gets a $1 million prize. Overspending, dying, or leaving the game zone counts as elimination, with a $1 million debt. The voice pauses, a sly edge to it. Now, any cowards want to quit? Are you kidding me? I can survive 7 days on just water. A chubby guy in a cheap t-shirt next to me chimes in. $50 gets you steamed buns and pickles, enough if you're careful. Go big or go home, bet small, win big. Only a fool would quit. The crowd buzzes, charged with blind excitement. Excellent. All 100 players are in. Game rules now in effect. No exits allowed. Welcome, all 100 players to Airport Smuggle. Best of luck. A flash of white light, and I find myself standing in a sprawling modern airport. The place is so huge I can't see the end of it. Crowds rush past in every direction, impossible to tell who's a player and who's an NPC. My game account shows my starting funds, $50. 3 meters appear on my interface: hunger, thirst, and energy. All 3 are full. I spot a convenience store across the way and head over to check the prices. The moment I reach the fridge, someone lets out a tearful gasp. Holy crap, a bottle of water is $15? This is highway robbery! I walk over and scan the shelves. My heart sinks. Cupcakes $50, sandwiches $40, steamed buns $10 each. Even the cheapest bag of soda crackers is $18. With only about $7 a day, I can't even afford half a bottle of water. The chubby guy looks at me, despair written all over his face. Player 66, we're done for. This money only buys 3 bottles of water. People are gonna die in a week. I sigh. The system isn't running a charity. I knew it wouldn't be this simple. Other players flood into the store, faces twisted with shock and panic. The chubby guy pulls me aside. Player 66, I'm Wade. Player 44, let's team up. Anyone messes with you, I'll handle them. He throws a quick martial arts combo, surprisingly nimble. But until I figure out the game's rules, I don't want to team up with anyone. I politely decline and leave the store alone. First priority, find free water. Outside the restroom, I find a water dispenser, and beside it, 2 discarded plastic bottles. I rinse them out, then fill them up. Water sorted. Cost, $0. Next up, energy sources. I spot a coffee shop. The condiment counter has neat rows of white sugar packets, creamer cups, and brown sugar packets. Sugar is a critical energy source. Sugar packets can be used in emergencies to prevent low blood sugar. I walk over with a blank face, moving as casually as if I were grabbing something from home. A dozen sugar packets and a few creamer cups slide into my pocket in under 2 seconds. I stroll out of the coffee shop, head to an empty corner, tear open 2 sugar packets, and pour them straight into my mouth. The sweetness explodes on my tongue, bringing a fleeting sense of satisfaction. Sugar sorted. Cost, $0. The airport's air conditioning is cranked up like an icebox. Maybe the system did this on purpose. The colder it is, the faster we burn energy. My thin clothes do nothing against the chill. I have to keep moving to stay warm. I dig through a trash can and find a blanket someone tossed after their flight. As time passes, my hunger grows stronger. By 8 at night, I drift over to a bakery. Through the glass display, the unsold bread releases a tempting, weedy aroma. My stomach growls loudly. My sharp, broke-eye instincts tell me the bread should be on discount by now. The toast, originally priced at $30, is now just $15. But that's not enough. Closer to closing time, the discount could go even lower, maybe even free. Every dollar saved is a chance to survive. I sit on a bench across from the bakery, eyes half closed, resting. Suddenly, 20 or 30 figures pour in from every direction, charging madly toward the bakery. The tiny entrance becomes a chaotic crush. In the chaos, I see people waving cash, others simply grabbing bread off the shelves. The panicked clerk shouts, "Line up! Line up!" But it's useless. Within minutes, every discounted item, including the toast I'd been eyeing, is gone. Those who got bread look relieved, like survivors. Those who didn't pound their chests, eyes hollow with despair. The air is thick with curses, complaints, and hopeless sighs from other players. My hunger meter has already dropped to 30%. I take a deep breath, pushing down the cramps in my stomach. I tear my eyes from the chaos and look up at the massive flight information display board overhead. Red flight statuses keep scrolling. Time to show what I'm really made of. In this airport, players can move freely anywhere. Even without a boarding pass, you can go to the gates. I scan the board, locking onto a few delays highlighted in bold red. Only delays over 6 hours are my prey. I drag my weakening legs toward a boarding gate. A small crowd has already gathered there, the air thick with frustration and sweat. Gate 102 is delayed by 8 hours, and stranded passengers have surrounded the gate agent. The agent is a young woman, her face flushed red, spit from angry passengers nearly hitting her cheeks. "Is your airline completely useless? My child is crying from hunger. Are you going to do anything? Compensation. We demand compensation. Pay us right now." The scene is chaos, the agent's voice drowned in the wave of shouting. She looks ready to cry. Suddenly it hits me. This is my chance. I shove with all my strength into the center of the crowd, standing right in front of the agent. "Quiet! I roar with everything I have. The crowd freezes, stunned by the outburst. I point at the mother holding her wailing child and shout to every passenger, "Look! Look at this child crying. Will yelling here make the plane fly? The airline is in the wrong, they need to take responsibility. But what do we need most right now? Food. A place to rest. The strength to keep fighting them all the way." I turn to the breaking down agent and speak fast. "People are losing it. Top priority is calming them down. Hand out meal vouchers and hotel vouchers right now. Get everyone fed and settled. Otherwise this blows up. Can you handle that?" I keep telling them I can hand out meal and hotel vouchers. "They don't want them," the agent says near tears. "Everyone needs to line up and present their boarding pass to claim them." "At a time like this, you're talking procedure?" I cut her off and point at the mother with the child. "Look how exhausted this mom is. She's held her baby for 8 hours and now she has to line up for your voucher?" I turn to the mom. "Ma'am, hand me your boarding pass, I'll get it for you." I extend my hand with unshakable authority. She grabs onto me like a lifeline, immediately shoving her pass into my hand. Once someone leads, the effect is instant. Others, those with elderly parents, kids, or just exhausted, start shoving their boarding passes at me too. In seconds, I'm holding over a dozen passes. I turn to the agent, thrust the passes at her, and lower my voice. "Quick, deal with the most urgent ones first. Better than making the news, right? Hurry, slip me 2 extra meal vouchers and I'll calm down the parents with kids. Everyone gets a way out." The agent looks at me gratefully and works the machine fast. She pulls out a stack of vouchers, counts out the ones matching my boarding passes, then quickly slips 2 extra ones in and hands the bundle to me, her eyes thanking me. Got it. My heart pounds, but I keep my face calm. "Ma'am, take your baby and go eat." "Sir, here you go." I quickly hand out the matching vouchers and boarding passes, moving briskly. Finally, I clutch the 2 extra vouchers and tuck them into my innermost pocket. I shout to the crowd, "Go get your vouchers, eat, rest, save your strength, we'll settle the score with them later." While the crowd's attention shifts to claiming vouchers, I slip away like a slippery eel, vanishing into the bustling terminal corridors. To survive in this game, you have to exploit loopholes better than anyone else. The moment I leave the lounge, I run into Wade again. He smiles innocently. "Player 66, I saw what you did back there. You were negotiating like a movie boss. Are you really not considering teaming up with us? You might need help from others later, you know." In just one day, 4 more players have gathered around him. I decline his invitation again. With the meal vouchers, I eat my fill. Hunger meter back to full for now, but exhaustion crashes over me like a tide. My energy meter has dropped below 50%. It's 11 at night. The airport crowds have thinned dramatically. Most shops are closing, the lights dimming. An eerie, indescribable horror creeps in. Every bench in the terminal has armrests, designed to stop people from lying down. One young player, probably unable to take it anymore, wraps himself in a thin jacket and curls up on the floor to sleep. In less than 2 minutes, a bright beam hits him square in the face. "Get up, no lying down here." The security guard's voice is flat, emotionless. The young player ignores the NPC, rolls over, and keeps sleeping. Suddenly, a swarm of guards rushes in from the corners, hauling him up without a word, and tossing him out the airport doors. The public screen flashes. Player 13 eliminated for leaving the game zone. Debt, $1 million. More players in different areas get eliminated the same way. The system is using exhaustion and cold to drain the last of our reason. My energy meter is now critically low. To avoid elimination, I drape the ratty blanket over myself and fall asleep sitting up in a terminal chair. The next morning's sun tells us only 1 day has passed. My energy meter has barely climbed to 75%, but hunger has dropped to 50% again. I still have 1 meal voucher left, so I'm not too worried. I take a sip of cold water, eat 2 sugar packets, and head back to the departure hall to hunt. A player suddenly lunges at a child snatching their hot dog. The kid bursts into tears. Guards arrive at the commotion, surround the player, and shove him into a police car outside the airport. The system's broadcast rings out again. Player 25 robbed an NPC of food, thrown out of the airport by security, eliminated, debt, $1 million. I learn an important lesson. In this airport, nothing you do can alert security. But today the airport is strange. Not a single flight is delayed. I guess the system has patched the loophole I exploited. I spend the day wandering the hall like a normal traveler, hitting every store offering free samples. Of course, I only eat, never buy. I sample while watching the clerk's face. Once they catch on, I bolt. That's how I scrape through to evening. For dinner, I use my remaining meal voucher and refill my hunger meter. My energy is even lower today. This time, I don't settle for a chair. I slip into a dim side corridor where I spotted a gold mine earlier. An abandoned utility room with a cracked open door, full of junk inside, but close that door and it's a private little world. The moment I step into the room, before I can fully shut the door, bam! Someone kicks the door open. In walks a tall guy with slanted eyes, 2 thugs flanking him. "Get out, this place is ours now," the tall guy barks at me. I recognize him. Yesterday at the bakery, he was the most ruthless. He even ripped bread out of 2 other players' hands. Knowing I can't take him on, I decide to give up this prime spot. Just as I reach the door, the tall guy suddenly pulls out a knife. "Hand over everything or I'll gut you." The madness and cruelty in their eyes tell me they'll absolutely do it. My mind races. Fight back? No chance. Hand over the money? That means elimination, 1 million in debt. What do I do? What do I do? I swallow hard. "Sir, let's talk." Robbery gets you flagged by the system and eliminated. Shut up. Hurry up. I've got no patience. The fruit knife presses closer to my throat. I give up resisting and decisively transfer the $50 in my account to him. Only by staying alive in the game do I have a chance at anything. They each take their cut and shove me out. The door slams shut. From inside I hear smug voices. Straight up robbery actually works. Lucky he told us robbing for cash doesn't get you eliminated. Now we don't have to worry about money. Who is this he they're talking about? Robbing an NPC is forbidden, but robbing a player, even killing a player, is allowed. Who knows the rules of this game so intimately? It's only day 2 and I've already lost my last $50. No money, no food. Am I just supposed to wait to die? A moment later, an anonymous post pops up on the public screen. Come to the bakery in level 3, section A. Bread is half off. The utility room door opens. The tall guy and his crew step out. I hurriedly duck out of sight and tail them to the convenience store. The 3 of them blow all the stolen cash on soda crackers. As the payment confirmation chimes, the system broadcasts players 5, 49, and 61 eliminated for overspending. $1 million in debt. The tall guy lets out a wail. Before his voice even fades, his entire body vanishes like a streak of light into thin air. The 2 thugs disappear too. Dozens of bags of soda crackers and 4 or 5 bags of bread drop to the floor. I rush over instantly, strip off my jacket, and bundle up every cracker and bread bag tightly. I was right. The system said overspending gets you eliminated. But every player only has $50. How could anyone overspend? There's only one explanation: robbing another player's money and spending over 50 counts as overspending. But the tall guy stole bread at the bakery and wasn't eliminated, which means looting food doesn't count. As I expect, in the coming days more people will figure this out and fight tooth and nail for food. So I have to hide this food well. With these supplies, I can definitely survive to the end. I find 5 spots I consider safe and split up the crackers across them. 1 spot per day, and I can ride out the remaining 5 days. By the time I'm done, my energy is critical again. Soon I'm asleep in a terminal chair once more. Day 3 of the game begins. A heart-wrenching cough erupts nearby, drawing every eye in the area. It's player 47, the frail-looking girl. She's curled up on a freezing metal bench, body trembling violently, face flushed crimson from coughing, even feverish. Her boyfriend, also a player, gives her a look of disgust. What's wrong with you? You have a fever? Don't you dare die before day 7. Player 47's voice is hoarse and weak, thick with congestion. I'm just suddenly so cold it hurts so much. Aaron, can you hold me please? No way. What if you give it to me? Sudden lie. A piercing alarm rings out without warning throughout the entire terminal. Heavy, synchronized footsteps approach from the far corridor. Quarantine officers in white hazmat suits effortlessly lift player 47 up. Let me go. I don't want it to be eliminated. Aaron, help me, help me. But Aaron doesn't even look at her, just turns and runs. The quarantine officers ignore her cries, wheeling the stretcher away as players watch in horror. They vanish down the corridor. Seconds later, the system broadcasts, player 47, severe risk to public health, has been forcibly removed from the game zone for quarantine. Eliminated. $1 million in debt. Player 87, severe risk to public health, has been forcibly removed from the game zone for quarantine. Eliminated. $1 million in debt. Players exchange glances, eyes full of suspicion. Player 87 dug food out of trash cans yesterday. Today he had violent diarrhea. A cold gets you out, diarrhea gets you out. Who's next? Even the slightest cough, even just clearing your throat, sends pulses racing. I learn another rule: you can't get sick. Even a minor cold or stomach bug means removal from the game zone. I survived the day on the bread and crackers I salvaged. The airport is even colder today, like a literal icebox. I find a thermal emergency blanket in the trash, the kind hikers use, and wrapping up in it finally keeps me warm. Day 4 arrives, with more and more eliminations. I wake up at dawn and decide to grab today's bread and crackers. I carefully avoid the crowds and head to the first hiding spot, the gap between a huge plant pot and the wall behind a remote restroom. I get close, crouch down, and reach into the familiar gap. Empty. There's nothing inside. My heart sinks. Refusing to believe it, I feel around more carefully. Not even a scrap of cracker wrapper is left. I don't waste time and run to the next spot. Nothing. Still nothing. All 4 hiding spots have been cleaned out. Dozens of bags of life-saving soda crackers and bread, gone overnight without a trace. My guaranteed winning hand has been completely flipped upside down, pinpointing every spot in one night and clearing them all silently. No ordinary player could do that. Who has been watching me this whole time? My spirits crash to rock bottom. I shamelessly hunt for free samples again, but more players are doing the same. Vendors have caught on and have hidden all the samples. Even the coffee shop's condiment counter is bare. The sugar packets are all locked away. Trash cans have become prime battlegrounds. Plenty of players still risk diarrhea digging through them for food. By the time I get there, not even crumbs are left. That's how I scrape by until 10 at night with all my meters flashing red. I head toward the airport's row of luxury shops. Other players whisper nearby. This guy's about to be eliminated. What's he going to do at a luxury store? In a trash can not far from the luxury shops, I dig out a few discarded bags and boxes. Lots of travelers ditch their boxes before departure to dodge customs taxes. I carefully tuck the boxes into the most intact bag and carry it. During my earlier scouting on the first floor of the departure hall, I discovered something amazing. There's a hot pot restaurant open down there. so now I'm heading there to score a free rest spot and some free food. I push open the heavy glass door. Warmth and the rich aroma of beef tallow broth wash over me. A waitress with a sweet smile trots up to greet me. "Welcome, sir. How many?" "2. I casually drop the eye-catching luxury bag onto the chair beside me, my voice carrying a barely noticeable rasp. "Get me a quiet spot. I'm waiting for someone." Her eyes flick to the bag in my hand, her smile widening. "Of course, sir. This way, please. Anyone buying that much luxury can't possibly be a freeloading broke guy." She leads me to a semi-private booth with cushioned sofa seating, extremely private. The moment I sit, I pull out my phone, fingers swiping rapidly. I dial a number that doesn't actually exist. The instant the call connects, my tearful voice explodes in the quiet area. "I'm waiting for you at the airport hot pot restaurant. I bought a 3 a.m. flight to Paris. If you don't come, you'll never see me again in this lifetime." I slam the phone down on the table. My eyes well up with tears instantly. The waitress hurries over with a steaming bowl of white fungus soup and a small plate of fruit, her voice dripping with tenderness. "Sir, please calm down. Have something to drink first. Did your girlfriend upset you?" My voice is heavy with congestion. "Thank you. Thinking about her being with the love of her life, I can't eat a thing." The waitress sets the bowl in front of me. "The sadder you are, the more you have to eat. How will you have the strength to make her regret it forever?" I nod, take the bowl, and sip slowly. The warm, sweet liquid slides down my parched throat. Hunger roars inside me, but right now I have to hold back. Soon she brings another free bowl, this time of steamed egg. I drag myself listlessly to the condiment counter and scoop 3 big spoonfuls of beef crumbles, dumping them into the steamed egg. Back at my seat, I force down the urge to wolf it down and eat with the most refined, tiny bites, my peripheral vision tracking the waitress and the manager. The waitress is like a radar at this point. "Sir, since you're feeling down, how about trying our new tomato soup? Sweet and tangy, really opens up the appetite." A bowl of mouth-watering tomato soup appears in front of me. "Let me bring you some snacks, too." A free plate of fries arrives right after. The waitress comes over again, eyes full of curiosity and sympathy, clearly more anxious than I am. Alarm bells go off in my head. She's asking too often. I switch modes instantly. Tears flood my eyes again, my voice trembling with despair. Does she really not want me anymore? I wasn't actually going to leave. I drop my head at just the right moment, shoulders shaking violently. "Don't cry, please don't cry." The waitress panics, rushing back with a huge stuffed teddy bear and pressing it into my arms. "Let him keep you company. You're so handsome she'll definitely regret it." I hug the fluffy bear, exhaustion crashing down like a tidal wave. My energy is critical. I have to rest. I secretly set my phone to vibrate at 2 a.m., then collapse against the bear, drained, curling up in the soft couch. I close my eyes. Just before I drift off, I pray they don't kick me out. I have no idea how long I sleep before the waitress wakes me. "Sir, isn't your flight about to take off?" My phone starts vibrating wildly right on cue, the alarm I set. In a flash, I grab the phone, ignore the caller ID, and roar my prepared lines into the receiver. "I waited for you at the hot pot place for 4 hours. You still won't come? Is that man really that important? I'm leaving. I'm really leaving. Won't you come see me just once?" I hang up and bury my face in the teddy bear, shoulders shaking. To anyone watching, I'm crying silently. The manager pauses, shakes his head, and walks on. The waitress thoughtfully brings me a blanket. I sleep on the big sofa for the entire night. Early the next morning, as I'm getting ready to leave, the waitress goes out of her way to bring me free soy milk, rice porridge, and tea eggs. Her eyes are full of encouragement. "Sir, hang in there. Leave that woman, you'll meet someone better. Congratulations on your new beginning. Since I never ordered anything, I don't have to pay." I murmur a thank you and walk out the glass door. My energy is fully restored, hunger maxed out. The move was shameless and can only work once, and I've already played that card. Soon the game enters day 5. The moment I step out of the hot pot place, I run into Wade and his crew. His team has grown to over 20 people. They're handing out crackers. The instant I see the packaging, my mind explodes. Those are my missing crackers. I deliberately tore a corner off every bag as a mark. I storm over, furious. "Wade, you stole my crackers. Don't be mad. I told you to join my team, you wouldn't listen. Give them back. Look at my teammates. Do they look like they want to give them back?" Wade gestures behind him. Over 20 pairs of eyes gleam with greed. I grab a cracker he offers and step back. "Can I still join you?" Player 66, too late. Wade smiles faintly, his face soft and harmless looking. This game was never about going solo. Players can only survive by teaming up and taking resources from others. You have no money, no food, no value to anyone, so all you can do is wait. Anything to say for yourself? Just then, the system suddenly issues a directive. "Players, welcome to day 5. To increase the game's entertainment value, starting today, all airport water dispensers are shut off. Restroom water is contaminated. Do not use." Players explode on the public screen. "Entertainment value? Screw you. No water for the last 3 days? You're trying to kill us." Wade's team starts buzzing too, fear overwhelming the brief joy of getting food. Water is a more lethal currency than food. But Wade isn't worried. He raises a hand to silence the unrest, voice steady. "What's the panic? It's just water." He shoots me a sideways glance and continues. "Other players have water. Just take it." My heart sinks, but it's too late to run. Over 20 bloodshot pairs of eyes lock onto me. The crowd lunges like hounds smelling blood. "Let go! It's mine!" I clutch my backpack desperately, but 4 hands beat 2. The strap is ripped off, the zipper torn open. 2 heavy bottles of water are violently snatched out. The last few sugar packets scatter on the floor, instantly grabbed up. I'm shoved to the ground. Wade says coldly, "Not killing you is mercy enough, get lost." I scramble up and bolt, not to escape Wade but to grab water. I have to reach that place before anyone else figures it out. The liquid disposal zone. Airport security rules forbid liquid containers over 100 milliliters. At the security checkpoint, passengers dump bottled water, drinks, and juices into special trash bins or collection baskets right there. At the domestic departures checkpoint right now, 3 waist-high transparent plastic disposal bins stand in a row, stuffed with half-drunk and even unopened bottles. 2 uniformed security assistant NPCs are standing nearby. Digging through the bins openly is impossible. It would trigger a security alert. I can't wait any longer. The window is closing. I switch my face to extreme distress and stride toward the checkpoint, aiming straight for the disposal bins. "Excuse me, please move." My voice is hoarse, thick with tears, as I push through the line, drawing the assistant's attention. "Sir, please get in line." A security assistant frowns and stops me. I'm so sorry, sir." I speak fast, with real panic, pointing at the bins. "I think I dropped my ring over there. It's a keepsake from my grandmother. Please let me look for it just for a moment, please." Tears actually fall as I speak, looking utterly sincere. The security assistant hesitates, then steps aside. "Be quick, don't disrupt the line." "Thank you, sir." I thank him profusely and dive at the bins. I'll move the bags aside so I don't get in anyone's way. I quietly haul out 3 big bags of trash from the bins and retreat to a spot the security assistant can't see. Holy crap, this much water can definitely last me 3 days. I quickly empty out 1 bag, load it with unopened bottles, and walk briskly away from the checkpoint. My heart pounds like it's about to burst. I don't dare linger and dive straight into a quiet, accessible restroom nearby, locking the door behind me. I absolutely cannot let other players know I have this much water alone. I climb onto the toilet, lift the ceiling tile, and hide part of the water in the ceiling. I leave the restroom and find a few more gaps to stash the rest. Then I run to the international departures checkpoint and pull the same trick. I get a massive haul of water and hide it the same way. It's not greed. I have a bigger plan. As of day 5, 67 players are left. Wade's team has 25. They sweep through like a swarm of locusts, grabbing any player and stripping them of water and food, not even leaving a single cracker. Anyone who resists gets kicked and beaten. The NPCs turn a blind eye to player violence. No security guards come to stop them. Suddenly, thud, a player drops to the floor from low blood sugar. A moment later, he stops moving. "He's dead?" Another player asks, eyes wide with shock. White-coated medics appear with a stretcher, swiftly lifting the player onto it and covering him with a white sheet. It all happens in the blink of an eye. The system broadcasts again. Player 93, energy meter at 0, eliminated, $1 million in debt. Way more eliminations come through the broadcast today. The numbers are dropping fast. I need to find the right alliance, to build a team that can take on Wade. Faces from the past few days flash through my mind, and a few stand out. A tight group of 6 led by the sharp-looking player 48. The other members each have their own strengths, all physically strong men. I find them in the arrivals hall and watch for a while. They're not in good shape. One guy's lips are starting to crack, another keeps licking his lips. They're clearly running low on water. This is my opening. I walk over with a luxury bag. "Hello, my name is Leo, player 66. I'd like to join your team." Player 48 stands up, watching me warily. "Take off, we're not recruiting." I hand over the bag. Inside are 3 bottles of water. Their eyes light up. I'm honest. I have a safe water source. I can guarantee basic hydration for the team. In exchange, I want to join you and share food. "How much water do you have?" "Enough to support 7 of us through the remaining 3 days, no problem." The clever player 33 cuts in, his eyes probing. I refuse flatly. "All you need to know is that I can get water and I'm willing to share it with the team. The hiding spot stays with me alone. That's my insurance." Player 48 glances back at his crew, exchanging a quick look with each of them. "All right, Leo, welcome. I'm Damon. Our team rule, never betray a teammate." Player 48 makes the call and extends his hand. I nod. "Pleasure working with you." The dawn of day 6 brings no hope, only deeper despair. I head to the security area alone, hoping to grab more water, but 5 guards are stationed there, eyes glued to the disposal bins. The system has blocked this route too. The last stable water source is gone. Players who suffered through yesterday's thirst couldn't resist drinking from the restroom faucets. The contamination knocked them out, and they were eliminated. Right then, the airport broadcast rings out without warning. To accelerate eliminations and prepare for the final showdown, the survival elimination mode is now active. Today, the 20 players with the lowest combined hunger, thirst, and energy meter scores will be eliminated at midnight tonight. Note, 3 emergency supply crates will spawn randomly inside Terminal 3, containing food, water, and a small amount of medicine. Locations will be broadcast across the map once each. The public screen instantly explodes with despair and curses. This rotten system wants every single one of us in debt. We've all been played. First it cuts the water, now it pits us against each other. So manipulative. Everyone calm down. Going to Terminal 3 is suicide. Panic quickly spreads through our team. Wade has the most people, so his crew is most likely to grab a crate. Only 45 players remain. Wade alone has 25 of them. That means unless the other 20 players' meters miraculously surge, midnight will be a mass elimination. We absolutely cannot let Wade's people get a crate. Damon's eyes lock onto me. Leo, tell me, how does a broke guy survive in a deadlock like this? A broke guy's survival path was never head-on fighting. It's exploiting loopholes, finding cracks, creating chaos, profiting from the fire. First emergency supply crate has spawned. Terminal 3, level B2, staff break room. Sure enough, footsteps thunder in the distance. Wade's crew marches toward Terminal 3 in a swarm. Damon gets ready to lead our team. Don't let them get there first. Wait, I grab his arm. The location is the staff break room. Do you know what that place means? I pause. The first crate is definitely a trap. It'll get the first one there eliminated. The system shut off the free water dispensers, sent guards to watch the trash bins. It's constantly reinforcing one iron rule: NPC rules cannot be broken. The staff area is off limits. Ordinary players can't enter. The moment anyone forces their way in, the system will rule it as illegal entry and eliminate them on the spot. Will Wade send anyone to break in? I don't think so. I send Ethan and Mia to scout. They report back. Wade indeed didn't send anyone into the restricted zone. Instead, he split his team into multiple groups guarding all routes to the staff break room. His strategy is blockade. Stop others from getting it, while not touching the hot potato himself. As long as nobody else gets the supplies, his team still has the advantage. A few drifting solo players look desperate and crazed. Their meters are definitely at the bottom. They're guaranteed eliminated tonight. People like that are the easiest to use. I hide behind a pillar and whisper to my team. The key card for the staff break room is in the fire safety cabinet right next to it. Are you serious? The system left it there? Keep it down. Wade's people are guarding the door. We'll wait for the right moment to grab the key card. A solo player standing in front of the pillar overhears. He lights up like he's been injected with adrenaline and lunges at the fire cabinet. Stop him, Wade orders, but it's too late. The player yanks open the glass door of the cabinet. There's no keycard inside. He's triggered the alarm. A piercing fire alarm rips through all of level B2. Almost simultaneously, 6 fully armed guards with riot forks descend like soldiers from heaven. The scene erupts into chaos. The guards don't care who opened the cabinet. Wade's whole crew, along with the player who opened it, all get pinned by riot forks and dragged out. Elimination broadcasts come one after another. Wade loses 5 people in an instant. His team down to 20. The crate is unclaimed and they got nothing. Right then, the second crate unlocks. Second emergency supply crate has spawned. Terminal 3, level L3, very important person lounge entrance. The very important person lounge entrance usually has a dedicated concierge desk and staff. The environment is more upscale, with tighter security. We watch from a distance. The elevator to the L3 very important person area is already guarded by Wade's people. On the lounge's coffee table, the silver crate stands out vividly. What do we do? This time we can't even get close, Mia says anxiously. I hand my phone to Mia. Take this to the Lost and Found. Why are you giving me your stuff to take to Lost and Found? Mia asks, surprised. Just go, hurry, I urge. Mia hands my phone in at Lost and Found. Half an hour later, I show up at Lost and Found with a fake anxious look. I lost a phone and a VIP lounge card. During my time wandering the airport, I also staked out the very important person lounge entrance, hoping to find food. I noted that everyone going in swiped a black VIP card. In an airport this huge, no way nobody has ever dropped a VIP card. I described the phone and the VIP card to the staff. The staff actually finds my phone and a VIP card. Are these them? Yes, that's them. I take the phone and card excitedly. Thank you. Wait, you need to provide proof of ownership. Marcus distracts the staff member from the side, and I take the chance to unlock the phone with my face and secretly snap a photo of the card. Once that's done, I show the staff. My face unlocks this phone, and I happen to have a photo of the VIP card. After verifying everything matches, the staff lets me go. I walk over to the very important person reception area. A group of passengers happens to be heading to the very important person lounge, with a dedicated shuttle cart taking them to the entrance. I climb on, sitting among the passengers, slipping right past Wade's lookouts. I roll up to the very important person lounge entrance in plain sight. The guard takes the card, swipes it through the reader, and the green light flashes. Welcome, Platinum member, please come in. The doors open. Wade, who has been watching the lounge entrance the whole time, suddenly shouts, "He must have stolen that card!" I curse silently in my head. This fat bastard is sneaky. Damon and our team clash with Wade's people at the elevator. 6 against 10 isn't too bad. Using the chaos, I slip through the glass doors and grab the supply crate. The system's voice is heavenly. Congratulations to player 66. Crate acquired. The items inside can only be used by players designated by player 66. Unauthorized seizure is invalid. Third emergency supply crate has spawned. Top of the central information desk in Terminal 3. It's an open, fully exposed platform. No restricted zones, no traps, no very important person rules in play. A pure contest of strength and speed. Wade decisively abandons the fight, redirecting his team to the information desk. Nobody is left guarding the very important person lounge. I walk out with the crate, open it, and find it packed with supplies. Enough food and water to last all 7 of us a day. Once our 3 meters refill, there's no way we get eliminated tonight. Leo, we owe this one to you. Other players race toward the third crate. We stay put and refuel like crazy. For the last crate, Wade tears off all pretense and unleashes raw and naked violence. The remaining players go head-to-head with Wade's crew, bloody and brutal. In the end, Wade's numbers went out. The 7 of us watch from a safe distance. Damon says, "One crate isn't enough to refill all of Wade's people, and the first crate was too hard to get. His team is in trouble." The system's cold countdown ticks silently. At 11:50 p.m., the terminal's atmosphere is crushing. System tally beginning. Based on combined hunger, thirst, and energy meter rankings, the following 20 players have the lowest scores and will be eliminated. The cold electronic voice reads out the numbers without emotion. Apart from our team of 7, every other solo player is eliminated. Even Wade's team, due to one crate supplies being unevenly distributed, is reduced to just 13. The moment the broadcast ends, the entire airport falls into dead silence. 20 players at 1 million each. The prize pool is now $20 million. If all players get eliminated, the final winner takes the 20 million, plus an additional 100 million, totaling $120 million. A number that big is enough to drive anyone insane. Wade stares at us from across the way, bloodlust flashing in his eyes. He licks his lips and tells his team, "I don't want us to hurt each other, but we have the numbers. We take down the other 7 players, then split 120 million among the 13 of us. That's the safest play." On our side, Damon's expression is grave. "Everyone stay calm. Don't fall for the system's trick. Wade's team will absolutely unite to wipe us out first, so we can't turn on each other. The 7 of us take out their 13, then split the 120 million. That's the optimal solution right now." Tubby collapses on the ground. "How? We have fewer people than they do. We're nothing but lambs to the slaughter. Let's find somewhere to hide first and split them up," I propose. "I know a place." Midnight strikes. A blood-red 24-hour countdown timer appears on the screen. The entire airport's lights are dyed a harsh, glaring crimson, flashing wildly. A piercing alarm wails, not from any speaker, but injected directly into our minds. The bustling NPC passengers, staff, and guards from a moment ago vanish without a trace. The vast Terminal 3 is left with only the 20 of us. Run. Survival instinct overrides fear. The 7 of us sprint. The moment we enter the elevator, I jam the closed door button. Clang. The door slams shut on Wade's snarling face. "Damn it, don't let them escape. Eliminate them. The money is ours." The elevator plummets, carrying us down to the underground parking garage. The air is thick with gasoline, dust, and damp heat. We immediately scatter like spooked mice, each searching for cover. Almost the second we hide, Wade and his crew burst into the garage from the emergency stairs. 20 players are scattered across the massive lot. As long as I keep stalling, I still have a chance to survive. I hold my breath like a cold stone pressed flat to the ground, watching through the narrow gap under a car. The lights flash madly. Player 9 killed by another player. 1 million transferred to the killer's account. Who killed him? Was it one of ours? Then come the sounds of fighting, followed by Tubby's agonized screams. Moments later comes the announcement of his elimination. Players are scattered across the garage, screams ringing out from time to time. The broadcast reads out elimination after elimination. Player 21 eliminated by their own teammate. Chaos deepens. Suspicion rips through the players. Trust crumbles. The anonymous broadcast comes again. "Next, kill Wade. He's the previous champion. His prize pool is $200 million. Eliminate him. Split 200 million. This message instantly detonates the garage. What? Wade is the previous champion? No wonder he's so strong. Damn it, we got played. Wade scrambles to explain. "Don't listen to that anonymous garbage. I'm the same as you. This is my first time playing too." But nobody believes him anymore. In the face of 200 million, reason shatters in an instant. "Off him and we'll know if there's 200 million. Off him! Off him!" The brawl erupts again. This time everyone's eyes are red, fighting savagely for that legendary 200 million. I use the chaos to find an SUV with an unlocked door and quietly slip into the trunk. In the dark space, I curl up into a ball, listening through a crack in the trunk to the screams and system broadcasts outside. Minutes tick by. The sounds outside grow fewer and fewer, until at some point, the garage falls completely silent. I peer carefully through the crack. All I see are remains scattered everywhere. Just then, a familiar voice rings out. Leo, where are you?" It's Damon's voice. "I caught Wade. Come out, let's kill him together and split the 200 million. Through the crack, I see Damon has Wade tied up tightly. I hold my breath, not daring to answer. Damon walks right past my car. I let out a quiet breath of relief, and the next second, the trunk is yanked violently open, the harsh crimson light flooding in. "So this is where you are. You made me search forever. Hide and seek is over. Player 66. Damon's voice drips with sickening mockery, and icy fear seizes my heart. Damon grabs me tightly, dragging me out of the trunk. "So you two were in it together all along. The so-called manhunt, the so-called team rivalry, it was all a rigged double act. The whole point was to use the rules and let others do the dirty work, clearing out every player in your way, until only the 2 of you were left to split everything. You know the game's rules inside out. You used anonymous messages to push players into robbing each other into overspending, then you reap the rewards. You knew the final day would be a massacre, so Wade started building a team from the start, while Damon deliberately positioned himself as Wade's opposition. That way, on the final day, the 2 teams would tear each other apart, and you two would profit." Damon wears an amused smile. Leo, you're sharp. Thanks for everything these past few days. Wade finally loses his patience and snarls. Damon, untie me already. Why are you wasting time on him? Just send him on his way. Damon glances coldly at Wade. Untie you? You're kidding. Splitting 100 million two ways doesn't beat taking it all myself. Plus, you racked up 200 million last round, so that should be mine too. With one strike, he eliminates Wade. Then Damon sneers. Forgot to tell you, that last anonymous message, I sent it. Player 44 eliminated. Bonus reveal, player 44 was the previous champion, with cumulative winnings of $200 million, now transferred to the hunter's account. Damon admires his prize. Now, I suddenly spray industrial-strength hairspray straight into Damon's face. A thick, sticky cloud hits him dead on. Damon lets out a horrific scream, clutching his face and stumbling back, doubled over in agony. I scramble on hands and knees toward the driver's seat. While I was hiding, I confirmed it. This car has not just an unlocked trunk, but an unlocked driver's door too, and the key is right there in the ignition. Player 66, Damon roars, I'm going to skin you alive. Ignoring the pain, he charges like an enraged lion. The dagger grazes my head and slams into the leather driver's seat. My fingers grip the cold key and twist hard. Vroom! The engine roars to life, waking instantly. I shift into drive almost simultaneously, and slam my right foot down on the gas pedal with everything I have. Damon never expected this car to suddenly start. The massive impact sends his body flying through the air before crumpling to the ground, but he still tries to crawl back up. I shift into reverse and drive over him. Moments later, the system delivers its final verdict. Player 48 eliminated. Bonus reveal, player 48 was the previous champion, with cumulative winnings of $180 million, now transferred to the hunter's account. Surviving players, 1. Congratulations, player 66. You have survived to the end and become the sole champion of this round of airport smuggle. Player 66's winnings this round, $120 million, plus $200 million, plus $180 million, for a total of $500 million. I crawl out from under the driver's seat with great difficulty, covered in oil and dust. There's no euphoria, only a bone-deep exhaustion and the hollow numbness of a survivor. The crimson lights slowly fade, the alarms go silent, a flash of white light, and I'm back in the empty void where the game began. The system whispers in my ear, you now have $500 million, live well, but by the rules champions are not allowed to leave the game. Otherwise you owe $500 million in debt. The white light slowly fades. People stand all around me, eyes wide, scanning the environment in shock and confusion. The system speaks. Welcome 100 players to the broke game. Starting funds $50, objective survive 7 days, the winner gets a $1 million prize.